My name is Bibi. I'm 16, and until a few weeks ago, my life in Ibadan was nothing special. Wake up, rush to school, argue with my brother over who finishes the last piece of bread. Dream big but live small. Ibadan has a rhythm you can't escape. The buses honking, traders shouting prices, the smell of roasted corn mixing with hot dust. It's messy, loud, and alive. I used to think that was all there was to it, but that was before the night the city whispered my name. It started on a rainy Friday. You know those sudden Ibadan storms that drench everything in minutes. I was running home through the Mokola roundabout when lightning flashed, bright enough to turn the whole city white for a second. And in that split second, I saw someone, a girl, standing in the middle of the road. She looked like me, exactly like me. I blinked, and she was gone. I laughed it off at first. Maybe I was just tired. Maybe the lightning played tricks on me. But deep down, I felt something shift, like a door opening quietly in the back of my mind. That night, I couldn't sleep. Ibadan was strangely quiet. No generators, no distant horns, just silence. And then I heard it. A faint hum, almost like singing, coming from my window. When I looked out, the rain had stopped. The streets shimmered with reflections, and in the puddles below, I saw it again. Her face. My reflection was moving differently. Bibi, the voice echoed in my head, soft, familiar, terrifying. I stumbled back, heart pounding, but curiosity, that dangerous thing I've always had, made me lean closer. That's when the puddle rippled and whispered, "Find the light beneath Ibadan." The next morning, everything looked normal. Sunlight poured through the curtains. My mom shouted for me to hurry before I missed the school bus. I almost convinced myself it was a dream, but dreams don't leave marks. And when I looked at my wrist, there it was, a faint glowing symbol, like a circle with 3 dots. It pulsed softly before fading away. At school, I tried to act normal, but Ibadan didn't feel the same anymore. Colors seemed brighter, sounds sharper. I could hear things beyond what others could, whispers in the wind, footsteps on rooftops, even the hum of electricity running through the wires above. I thought I was going crazy until I met Mama Tenny, the woman who sold herbs near my school gate. She looked at me for a long time that day, her eyes glinting. "You've seen the mirror, haven't you?" she said quietly. My heart froze. "How do you know?" I whispered. She smiled, slow, knowing. "There are things beneath this city, child. Old things that remember names. If they called you, then you are part of it now." For days I tried to forget her words, but every night the voice came back, sometimes soft as wind, sometimes loud like thunder. "Find the light beneath Ibadan." One evening I decided to follow it. I left home quietly after dinner, sneaking past my brother watching football. The city lights blinked in the distance, Bodilla, Dugbi, and the tall silhouette of Cocoa House. The voice led me downhill, toward the Alishinloye Old Bridge, a place people said was haunted. When I reached the bridge, the air felt heavier, like the whole city was holding its breath. And there, glowing faintly under the water, I saw it, a light. It wasn't a reflection, it was alive. The same symbol on my wrist appeared again, brighter now. Without thinking, I stepped into the shallow edge of the river, cold water wrapped around my ankles. The light grew stronger until the whole bridge shimmered. Then I heard her voice again, only this time it wasn't just in my head. "Do not be afraid, Bibi." I looked up and she was there, the girl from the lightning, the reflection, my mirror self. She smiled and everything around me froze. Even the sound of running water stopped. "I am your echo," she said, "the one born from your courage and your fear. The city chose you because you still believe in what others have forgotten." My mind spun. "What do you mean the city chose me?" Ibadan shimmered around us, buildings dissolving into glowing lines, like the city was made of stories and light. "The light beneath Ibadan is fading," she said. "It kept the balance between the seen and unseen. But someone is trying to bury it forever." Before I could ask more, a rumble tore through the air. The reflection girl's eyes widened. "They found us." I turned. Shadows moved beneath the bridge. Shapes, tall, faceless, cloaked in mist. They whispered like broken radios, crawling closer. "Run!" she shouted. The world snapped back to motion. I ran, water splashing, heart pounding. The voice behind me faded, but one sentence echoed over and over. You are the light bearer now. When I reached the main road, everything looked normal again. Cars passed, streetlights flickered. No one saw what happened. Only me, drenched, shaking, and somehow changed. That night, I found another mark on my wrist, this time glowing softly, steady like a heartbeat. And when I closed my eyes, I could see lines of light beneath the city, spreading under the roads, houses, and hills, all connecting to something deep below. Days passed, school, home, pretending to be normal. But the power wouldn't sleep. I could sense things when people were lying, when storms were coming, even when danger brushed close. Mama Teni saw me again one afternoon and said, "The more you awaken, the more they will seek you." The city protects its chosen, but it also tests them. I asked her who they were. She only smiled sadly. The forgotten ones. Shadows born when light sleeps. Weeks later, I found myself standing at the top of Mapo Hill, overlooking Ibadan at sunset. From up there, the city looked endless. Orange rooftops, winding roads, the hum of life everywhere. And beneath it all, I could feel the pulse of something ancient, alive. I whispered softly, "If I'm really the light bearer, what do I do now?" The wind carried a faint reply, "Find the gate." That night I dreamt of fireflies swirling above a huge wooden gate buried underground. A gate with the same three-dot symbol glowing faintly. Behind it I could hear voices chanting, not dark, but warning. When I woke, the mark on my wrist was burning softly again. And in the corner of my room, written faintly on the wall, were new words. "When the moon turns crimson, the gate will open." I stared at it, frozen. The handwriting looked like mine. Since then, I've kept a small journal. Sketches of symbols, strange dreams, anything that might mean something. I hide it under my mattress. Mom thinks I'm just doodling, but I know something is coming. Something tied to the light beneath this city. Sometimes, when the night is quiet and the generators die down, I feel it again. The hum in the air, the call beneath Ibadan streets. And in those moments I whisper back, I'm not afraid anymore. Because maybe the city didn't choose me by accident. Maybe Ibadan remembers those who dare to see its hidden heart. So if you ever hear whispers in the rain, or see your reflection smile before you do, don't run. Listen. Because the light beneath Ibadan is waking again. And this is only the beginning. Subscribe for more.